Hi guys, today I want to share to you my new little project that I'm doing just for fun in this weekend, which is a little like script which help people to run a lot test. I call it like a mini framework basically, where you can now can do a lot test using Taurus and JMeter in GitLab CI pipeline. So it basically combining two things that I really like, which is a passion for load testing, performance testing, as well as a GitLab CI, a CI that I've been, playing with for the past 5 years. So let's take a look, right? So what you need to do is I have create you it is called JMeter pipeline, and in this repository you can have a couple of things. You can create multiple scenarios, and you can have like fixtures like test data, and you also can have the config for the executor, and then there is a bunch of things that you can install to be able to run it smoothly in your machine. So what you can do is you can clone this repository. I have it already in my computer, but once you install it, you make sure you have Python, and you can do the typical way in Python, which is like creating a virtual env, and then you can activate your virtual env and install the requirements. And after that, you can run the BZT or Blazemeter Taurus. Okay, so that's really nice. So let's take a look how it works in action. So here I will give you like the what is it, the structure. The structure is you have an executor. So here there is this thing called Blaze Demo Executor. It is actually JMeter executor. So what happened is Taurus. If you don't know it, Taurus is like the Taurus JMeter is a wrapper around JMeter. And then what happened is they are just a bunch of YAML. And then what's nice about them is in the end, they will combine all the YAML for you. And then you basically can like dissect part by part. So I have this one, which is called an executor. So just to remind myself that it is the YAML for the executor. So I have JMeter, I have the name, scenario, blast demo, and concurrency and all that. And then the reporting will be stats XML. Okay, so that's the step. And then in the scenario, you can have the scenarios. You can blast demo, and then it's basically just a nice way to write JMeter. So in JMeter, it's just a bunch of XML that the program writes for you. Like if you open JMeter now, you can have like like a lot of configuration like in the UI, which is sometimes it's nice, but for engineering, like if you work together, it will be hard because you need to do a git version, git checkout, and then although you can still commit this XML, it is not as easy if you are using YAML. So in YAML, you can do it this way. So for example, here I have a bunch of steps. One is the welcome page, and then there is like the reserve page, and then I go to purchase page, and then so on, right? So just like simulating a typical behavior, I'm using the Blaze demo URL for the application under test. And what happened next is pretty interesting. So now you have those two things. And now what happened is I created this folder that I keep, which is the output. So we will run all of this step and it will produce an output. So let's try. So let's say I want to do, yeah, this one. So basically just need to run the BZT with all this configuration, and then you can press enter. So what happened is it does two things. One, it will create a new folder here, which is basically the updated configuration, including the merge, merge YAML. So all the config combines into one. And then after that, it will output you a KPI.jtl. So basically, it is all the results of the load test, right? And then after that, what you can do with it is, in the end, we get a nice XML output, but we can also open the KPI JTL and then open it as an HTML. So for example, I can do the something like this. For example, I can copy this timestamp where I'm triggering the config, and then I put here KPI, and then I can say, okay, I want to output it in here in the output, and then there is a bit of error. So what is this? Output, and then we can do HTML. Unknown argument. Oh, it's minus O. Let's make it bigger. So sample thread name grp blah blah blah. Okay, so I'll just show you this. So the KPI is just the timestamp, right? So it's supposed to be simple. All of this is just just a KPI file, and then in the end there is some error as well. No column failure message in metadata. I think it might be there is an error in the KPI, but I will show you later. So now you get the stats XML as well, all the throughput and everything. But you can also have this one in the, what is it, in the JTL, right? So pretty nice. And then if you push the changes to GitLab, GitLab will run the same thing just for you. And then if you look at the result, it will be like this. It will be Blazemeter scenario, and then there is also some XML div, and then you get to see the percentile and everything. I think we get to see it, but somehow I already cleaned it up, so I couldn't go back. So, but I will show you the next one, which is the another executor. It is Octoperf, because I used to use that example, but it is not actually Octoperf. It's just like a JMX. So I'm using JMX login request, which is basically almost the same thing, but I written it in the JMX. And now if I run it, the, what is it, Octoperf, it will run as well. It will do the same thing. It will give you like a new file, new folder here, maybe not here, maybe in the bottom, and then it will give you the same KPI JTL. So it's pretty nice. You get like the welcome page, thread group, and everything, and you get to see like it is in action. So it is like a nice way to run JMeter. It is take the opposite of Locus, where in Locus you can write like the full Python, but in here you basically either using JMeter or the simplified version, which is the YAML file. And now if I want to try again, I can also do the JMeter graph, and then I will remove this part here and I'll paste it. And if I open output HTML, I will get something like this, which is a nice, what is it, like report over time. So you get to see what happened, like all the latencies and everything, right? which is pretty neat. Now, I can also share to you that this framework can also, accept data source like this. Or if you don't want to do it in YAML, you can also do it in the JMX. In the JMX, for example, I already configured it in the UI, and it has like the CSV dataset, which is the fixtures Blaze demo. It is like a relative path from the fixture. So it is Blaze demo CSV. So yeah, so that's it. That's the project I'm having now. And if you would like to do your load testing, and you would like to share with me your, what is it, problem, or just you want to troubleshoot something, just put a comment below. Or if you would like me to help you, you can also do that as well. Just comment in the YouTube. Bye bye.